That's not me in the loading screen. That's a Woolly. That's a chip. Yes, and Rune Factory 3, you play as a human character with human features who does human things. I don't know what you're talking about there, Woolly. People aren't woolly. They might be hairy, but people don't have wool. Really is, can't accept the request. Actually, that's a good point. If I... Yeah, a bit more garden. I should leave it there. So hello everybody and welcome back to some more Rune Factory 5 in today's episode. Well, I thought that I had a discussion up for a conversation, but apparently it's a foregone conclusion, as Azura says.
Easy does it.
And wouldn't really make for a great discussion.
There we go. Easy does it.
What? Oh. OBS stopped hearing you.
There we go.
It was doing fine and I decided to stop. Why did I suddenly start with that topic? Because a video I was watching, someone had brought up the question of gorilla versus like 100 commoners in D&D. And like, oh, what would win? 100 commoners with no equipment at all whatsoever, period. No feats, no class levels, just like commoner, basically. And human, so not even like, you know, some race that gets claws or anything. Or one ape. Except it's not actually an ape, it's like a CR-16, you know, King Kong type beast.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, even if it was like just one regular gorilla, yeah, the gorilla still wins. Like, I'm sorry, like, first of all, I didn't even realize you were talking D&D specifically, in which case it's actually even easier to determine because you can just look at the stat blocks. But, yeah, no. There is... Yeah, assuming that all sides actually want to fight the other side, yeah, the gorilla wins. There is no question.
Nice.
See, but like when they had said like gorilla at first, I figured, oh, a gorilla is probably like, you know, what, CR3 maybe? 100 unarmed level 1 human commoners could totally beat like a CR3 monster. Is what I was thinking.
Nice.
And then it's like, no, actually it's like CR like 16, 17, somewhere around there, and it's like, well, that's a different question. Because they said, like, oh, could they defeat a gorilla? What they meant was, could they defeat King Kong? But also there's like, oh, well, you know, we'll assume that all these commoners have to fight unarmed. Oh, and we'll assume that the gorilla has cleave. The stat block doesn't say it has cleave. I'm just gonna say that it has cleave and give it an advantage so it can kill like 4 commoners in one attack. But, like, if we're making stuff up, how about you just give a commoner a gun, use the other 99 as meat shields, and it just kills the gorilla? If we're gonna be, you know, making stuff up to make whatever side we want to win, why don't, like...
I mean, look, just give me a moment here. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I just want to point out here that, here's the thing. Just based on the stat block for an ape, and stat
There you
block for
go.
commoner. Even
you
without putting in modifications,
There we
Uh,
go.
basically
Go.
any hit
Easy
that
does it?
the ape makes,
There you go.
like that lands on a
There
commoner,
we go.
is a kill.
There you go.
Hey,
There
the
we
commoner stat
go.
block is easy, right? It's just 10
Commoner
and
stat,
plus zeros.
commoner stat block, 10 AC,
There you
4
go.
hit points, and then 10s across the board.
Yeah, the commoner stat block is very easy.
And even if we assume it keeps, like, well, you know, we're not going to assume that it keeps, like, the club, because that is an assumed equipment, and if it has no equipment, then it removes that. So it's just an unarmed attack. But, yeah, the ape, let's see, it has multi-attack, so makes 2 fist attacks, with a reach 5 feet, plus 5 to hit, and does a minimum of 4 damage if it hits, which is, again, takes a commoner to 0.
Here's the thing. If we're talking 3.5 edition, which...
I'm going off of 5th edition, because that's what
okay.
that's what comes up first now.
Because I don't know a lot about 5th edition, but I know in 3.5 edition, if you go to exactly 0, you're not actually knocked out.
No, but you're knocked down. And again,
No,
is...
you're not even knocked, like, down. If you reach 0, you are disabled. You can still make an action, so you can still get another attack in. You then just drop down to -1 unless your action healed you.
Yes. However, again, that is the minimum damage that the ape does.
Yes.
The ape does 1d6 plus 3 damage. So,
A slim
basically anything
chance
that he
that
hits-
one of the commoners gets another attack.
yeah, gets a chance to attack. Let's see.
But
But
at only a
also,
+5 versus an AC of 10, it's not like a guarantee that it'll kill.
no, but it's got a 1 in... Well, hang on. Because it's meet or beat, right?
Yeah, if it meets the AC. So it has to
Okay.
go 5 or higher on the die, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so that's a 1 in 5 chance that it misses, and then a 1 in 6 chance, if it does hit, to not kill in one shot.
Yeah. So, okay. So it's a 4 in 5 chance to hit in general.
4 in 5 chance to hit in general, and a 5 in 6 chance to, for it to be take them immediately to negative health.
By my calculations, that's about a 2/3 chance of it, like, knocking out a commoner with an attack.
Yes. And here's the thing to keep in mind. There's only so much space,
How
around...
big is this ape? Large?
I mean, it's medium.
It's medium size, so 8 spaces around it.
Yes.
And what is its AC?
12.
Okay, so a commoner assumedly would be attacking at a +0.
Correct.
Potentially dealing... How much is unarmed strike? Like 1 damage in 5th edition?
Let's find out. No, not unarmed strike. Unarmed. Uh, 1 plus your strength modifier, so yes, 1 damage.
1 damage. So 8 of these can, like, walk up and attack the ape each turn, as long as there's at least 8 commoners left. They have to get at least a 12 on the die to hit, so that is a 9 out of 20, or a 45% chance to hit for 1 point of damage. 8 of them attacking times 45%. Is what, 3.6 damage per round on average?
Okay, so we're basically looking at, okay, so the ape will be able to survive for 7 rounds, on the assumption that once a commoner is knocked out, they're body just vanishes, and then someone else can step into the same square where they used to be.
Again, I know in 3.5 edition, if someone is knocked down, they're prone, and a person can stand on the space of a prone person. Extrapolating that...
Yeah, at what point, will you have, will there be too many prone bodies in the same square?
See, D&D doesn't care about that.
Well, that's also because D&D isn't really suited for, army-based battles, which is what this is.
It's an abstraction of skirmishes. Unfortunately, there's nothing in the actual rules for D&D to cover the hide behind a pile of dead bodies play. As funny as that was. So... And the ape only gets 2 attacks per round, so even if both of those attacks always hit and always kill, say 8 rounds, it would kill about 16 of the commoners. There's still at least 8 left to keep walking up and punching this thing to death.
That said, if we are looking at the giant ape, which is the one that apparently they had, the original thing had said here, quite frankly, it's actually not much stronger. Well, okay, it is stronger. It is basically anytime it hits, it is guaranteed to do lethal damage, because of the lowest damage it can do is 9.
Yeah.
And it also has a +9 to hit with a reach of 10 feet. So, it doesn't have cleave, though. But so...
Yeah, the person just decided, let's give it cleave so it can kill, like, 4 things each attack. With 2 attacks. It's just killing, like, 8 per turn.
Well,
like...
I mean, I will say, the reasoning for it would make sense. You've got a reach of 10, and you're guaranteed to do lethal damage with your hit. So, the idea being, we got 2 people in a row. You're just punching through the first one into the second one.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
so,
the
logically,
ape does not get training to punch through people. It has not practiced.
However, it is still limited to 2 hits per turn.
Yeah.
But it has 157 hit points. Same AC, though.
So, 157 hit points. Divide by 3.6, so on average that's like 44 turns. 43.5, so 44 turns. So, even if every attack hits, it never rolls a nat 1. And, of course, kills. That's what, 88?
Alright!
So still... And actually, it's taking more damage if this is bigger than medium.
Nice!
It is huge, yes.
Huge size, so that would be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 commoners can surround it and attack each turn. So 16, 45% chances. That's 7.2 damage on average per turn.
Huh.
So that's actually only about 22 turns. Slightly less than 22 turns. So it would kill not even half.
Watering time!
Now, that said, we are basing this on D&D mechanics.
Yes.
And specifically on the assumption that, you'd be able to get 100 average commoners to just mindlessly swarm and attack a giant ape. Or even just a regular ape. There are already a lot of assumptions that would have to be made here, which do not make sense.
I'm imagining, a small town of, possibly a bit over 100 people, and then big old ape comes to town, and for whatever reason, maybe they're on a cult or something, everyone is fanatically determined to kill this ape, so it doesn't, like, kill everyone in town.
And guaranteed, the first people to go in are going to die.
Yes. The first... yes. A lot of people will die.
Now, here's another thing to keep in mind, though. We're also assuming in both cases that the regular ape and the giant ape will just stay where they are and not try to run away.
I mean, if they're surrounded, then if they try to leave, that provokes a lot of attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, but I mean... Okay, realistically, like, with the regular ape, it would probably get down to about half of its health before it would try to run away. And, yeah, that would probably only be, you know, like, the 8 attacks of opportunity from the ones surrounding it. Unless everyone has surrounded it completely in a giant circle or something.
I mean, that's... yeah.
However, with the giant ape, it could probably get down to about 30 health before it might realize, maybe I should run away a little bit more. And the best part is, it has a space speed of 40. It also has a climb speed, so if there's, you know, a tree...
Yeah, you can just climb. Yeah, you can just climb up.
Actually, does the regular ape have
cliff.
climb speed? Oh, the regular ape also has a climb speed, so, yeah. Much easier for it to get away. So, basically, if we are assuming that it is somehow a space that the ape or giant ape is unable to escape from,
yeah.
All right.
then okay, yeah, it looks like mechanically the humans would win in D&D, and assuming that they're all willing to die to stop this one animal.
Does 5th edition have challenge rating?
There.
No. Well,
Right.
kind of. It kind of does, like, it does say challenge 1/2.
Wait, the ape
So it would be worth 1 experience.
There.
Because in 3.5, challenge rating of an 8
There.
is 2. Party of like 4 level 2 adventurers, you know, with classes and items and feats and all that stuff, would be able to fight against a regular ape and shouldn't, you know, take any big losses.
All right.
Uh-huh. That might be 1/2 instead of 1/2.
All right.
It's unclear. What I do know is that with the giant ape, it has a challenge of 7.
Okay, so, how much higher? Yeah, there was no giant ape in 3.5 that I was able to find off of a cursory glance at the SRD, but I did find a dire ape with a challenge rating of 3.
There.
And
There.
considering all the like tactics that the commoners could be doing, because like, say round 1, 8 commoners attack, 92 commoners just go, well, guess we're not doing anything this round.
Nice.
We are also assuming that combat does not start until everyone is in melee, or until, like, the commoners are in melee range. Because both the ape and the giant ape do have a ranged attack.
Oh, they do? But that would require, like, picking up something, right?
Yeah, a rock.
Yeah, well, if the ape gets rocks, then the villagers get rocks.
Nice.
And if the villagers
Sure.
get rocks, then they're going to rock that ape's world.
Sure, good luck hitting the ape from the same distance the ape is able to hit from.
There.
I mean, you have 100, potentially 100 attempts. 5 of those are bound to be nat 20s. I still remember one time when I was running a game, like a tavern brawl started, and I just had like a bunch of whatever commoners in the tavern brawl. And since melee range was totally filled up, I said, oh, hey, this person across the room picks up their mug and, like, throws it, you know, across the room. Rolls a nat 20. So, okay, well, improvised object, that's like a D3. 6 damage. The enemy was at, like, 5 HP. And was about to go next. And probably would have downed one of the player characters. So this one random civilian just like locked it like right upside the head, knocked it out, knocked it down. And I only ruled that the civilians were so willing to help in the first place because one of the party members had just invented dubstep. D&D is weird.
Time to eat.
But like, is it so bad? I kind of want to like run a not a demonstration, like a trial, like mock battle in such a thing.
Yeah.
It's been a thing that I've been like kind of wanting to do for a while now, and I kind of did it once. Have like level 1 commoners, not necessarily commoners, level 1 characters with like NPC class levels. And stuff, basically as NPCs running through acting like adventurers. Because there's actually a lot of stuff you can do in D&D at low levels that at high level play people just completely ignore because, oh hey, that's fiddly little bookkeeping. What does it matter I get like a +1 or a +2 to my attacks from on high ground? I'm already attacking for like +27. But if you had, like, you know, a level 1 commoner with a +0 to your attack, that extra little, like, +2 would be really useful.
Oh, hello. Okay, so I just saw something interesting here. Yeah, sorry, just looking at the dire ape thing. The dire ape has 3 attacks.
Oh?
Oh, right.
And also, you know, has a 10-foot reach. Yeah, it has 2 claws and a bite.
Nice.
Classic claw bite.
I still think that if we're not taking, like, you know, again, D&D mechanics, assuming that no one is acting like a normal human,
yeah.
Sure, the humans can eventually overwhelm the ape, but take heavy losses.
Yep.
Nice.
Sounds about right. The humans can win. Theoretically. I actually am kind of curious though. With all of like the extra stuff you can do as a character, even without equipment or feats, just, you know, human commoners with nothing, you might be able to deal with, at the very least, an ape with 0 deaths.
Oh?
Because, actually, what did you say? It's 1d6 plus 3. Okay, I'm not, like, super fluent in, like, 5th edition rules. So all of my knowledge is, like, from 3rd edition, 3.5 edition. Where a character doesn't die until they reach -10. In 5th edition, once you go down, then you have death saving throws. Where people can assist you on your death saving throws. And basically bring you back
here we
into the
go.
fight.
5th edition. When you drop to 0 hit points, you either die outright or fall unconscious. So there is no negative hit points in 5th edition.
Yeah. As death saving throws.
So yes, yeah, 0 is incapacitated and knocked out.
Considering how no, like, 3.5 edition players I've ever played with have apparently known the rules for being at exactly 0 hit points, Considering how statistically often that should happen, it doesn't surprise me that they decide to change the rule.
I will say, 3.5, when a character's hit points drop to 0, they're
Hope it
considered
comes out okay.
unconscious, but stable.
Unconscious, but what? Wait, was that a real big difference between 3rd edition and 3.5?
Maybe.
No, wait. Disabled, 0 hit points. When your current hit points drop to exactly 0, you're disabled. You can only take a single move or standard action each turn, but not both, nor can you take full round actions. You can take move actions without further injuring yourself, but if you perform any standard action or any other strenuous action, you take 1 point of damage after completing the act. Unless the activity increases your hit points, you are now at -1 hit points and you're down. So no, it is a 3-5 thing. Where at 0 you just become disabled.
Nice. Yes. There.
Yeah, I remember ages ago, back when I was DMing, I basically just like had a small dungeon near a town, and they were going through like rumors. It's like, oh hey,
There.
you know, some of the townsfolk went in and they haven't come back out yet. Can you go and like, you know, try to rescue them? So during between sessions,
Nice.
I made the dungeon, made the townsfolk at like NPC classes with like biggest gear that they might have had from
Take that.
the town, and had them go through the dungeon. They said, okay, so here it's like, there's some zombies. Oh, can they do like to set the dungeon in a state for the players to find it in during their session? Like, oh, are the farmers are the NPCs like in the first room of the dungeon dead to like some zombies? Did they just became zombified? How far would they be able to go?
Welcome.
Oh, well. So be it. So be it. Yeah.
No need to thanks.
Every so often I just think about that giant map that we made for trying to do D&D
Let's give it all we got.
in Minecraft, and I'm still disappointed that didn't work out. That could have been, like, so nice, so much fun. And then, like, we finally get to, like, the session 0, and, like, one person shows up. Everyone was all like, oh yeah, no, I didn't realize that was the day. It's like, we've been posting in this server,
I'm
and, like,
so happy I get to see you today.
had confirmed that you were ready at, like, this day at this time. And we had accounted for, like, time zone changes, and the entire day they were just completely offline. And it's like, you said that you would be available, and after the fact you're like, oh yeah, no, I just didn't realize it was that day. And it's like, Like, the only person that we got to come in for session 0 was someone who had just found out about it that day, and it's like, well, I'm on. Yeah, D&D sounds like fun. It's like...
Welcome, darling.
Well, we have one person.
Thanks for your purchase. Thanks for your purchase. Thanks for your purchase. Thanks for your purchase.
Actually, considering...
Thanks for your... Come see me again soon. Okay. Don't you dare miss tomorrow's festival.
Where are you? There you are, Toy Hoopsie. Here you go. And yes. D&D is still around. Whatever. Life keeps going on. I remember, like, first, like, learning about D&D and wanting to get, like, books and stuff, and basically dragging my dad around town to try to find, like, D&D books, going to various stores, like, hey, maybe they'll sell them.
You were dragging him around?
Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha.
I would do a thing here of like, oh, you never guess why I first, like, found D&D books. But that would require me to remember what the store was as well. It's a place where it was one of those stores where you could just go in and buy video games, but I don't remember, like, the exact store. But it was like a video game store. I'm like 20% sure it was actually a rental store. Place to rent video games. Probably not, I don't know. It's long since... It was one of those, like, stores at the mall that, like, every month was a new business. Yeah, one day, went in, saw that, got the red box, and my life got changed forever. Going to whatever weird websites, because I don't think Discord was even around back then. Trying to recruit people to play in campaigns, and campaigns just completely fizzling. Constantly. Oh, wait, I need a giant vegetable. Triple level 10 vegetable. Oh, wait, we do need grapes.
Easy does it.
See, I wound up finding D&D books at Indigo. I think they still sell D&D books.
I think they probably do. I think that's where I also got some of my first ones. God. I remember always being so disappointed that they, when there was one I was interested in, and then they stopped carrying it.
Oh gosh, yeah. I remember when I had, like, moved and finally found, like, an LGS. One day they had this, like, a GM screen, but it wasn't like set specifically, because pretty much every GM screen that you see, it's like, oh, this is for this specific game, and this is the exact information that it has, and it's like, but what if I don't want exactly that information on it? What if I already know, like, how blanking works? Do I still need, like, the 2-inch by 4-inch blurb of, oh, you get a +2, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what if I just want to make my own, you know, put my own stuff up there? So one day I found a GM screen that actually, yeah, you could just put your own info up there. And it's like, oh, hey, this is awesome. I can have, you know, my own stuff that I want up here. Amazing. Perfect. Okay, it's like $40, I don't know, kind of waffling on that. Maybe not today, maybe next time I come by I'll get it. They never had it in stock again, and I've never been able to find it anywhere, ever again. They basically had it for like, just that one time, and it disappeared off of the planet. It was... because it was a screen that had, like, holders in it, so you could print out, so you could put, like, your own, like, paper in it. So not only was it, it's like, oh, well, you could do the same thing, just get, like, you know, a thing of cardboard and, like, bend it and just draw on that. It's like, no, it had, like, so you could put paper in it, and so it's like, okay, for this game, here's, like, one page that has, like, all of the player character information on it, and then 2 pages of whatever other stuff, and, oh, the party leveled up, let me update this sheet with the new info. Passive perception and,
Welcome,
you know,
darling.
saves and all that stuff. So I could keep up to date on all of it. And it's like, just having that sort of stuff just available
Thanks for
is
coming
really
see me again
useful.
soon. Okay.
And then for like the outside, you could, I don't know, maybe you could put in information that like the players might need. You have like some new player sitting to your right. You have like just a sheet there that has some, you know, basic D&D info, so they can look at it and go, like, oh, okay, so that's how this works. Instead of asking every 20 seconds.
Easy does it.
I'm not bitter.
There you go.
Okay, but like some people, when they want to learn something, they actually like try to learn it, and other people, when they say they want to learn something, they don't try to learn it. And it's like, if you don't want to try to learn it, that's whatever.
There we
But
go.
if you tell me that
There
you
you
want to
go.
learn, and then go, oh, I wasn't paying attention when you were
There you
doing
go.
that talking thing. Oh, what did... Or even worse, there's like, yeah, I'm listening to you explain it all. 5 seconds later, okay, but which one is the D20?
Easy does it.
Oh, it's that one. Okay. So what do I use this for? Oh, attack
Everything.
rolls. Okay. I want to make an attack roll. What do I roll? It's like you roll the D20. Okay, which one's the D20? It's like it's this one. It's the red one. It's the only red die you have. All the others are blue. It's the only red one. Oh. Which one's the D20? Like, they act like they, you know, want to know, and they act as if they're, like, paying attention and following along. But then they just, like, basically completely ignore everything constantly. And it's like, if you don't want to be here and do this, that's fine. But don't say that you want to learn.
I hope
Then
it comes
act
out
like
okay.
you don't.
I hope it comes out okay.
Don't act like you're too good for this. And still be here. If you want to go pretend that you're somehow better than me because you don't have an imagination,
There we go.
don't say that you want to join my imagination game just to, like, sit there and, like, ah, I'm gonna attack the shopkeeper. What do I roll to do that? Okay, I was like... And, like, some of these people, it's like, oh, I want to give them, like, the middle finger. What do I roll to, like... What do I roll to flip someone off? And then you have some DMs like, oh, well, I guess that would be, like, a persuasion. Well, I think that might be intimidating. It's like, no, I'm not trying to intimidate them. I'm just, you know, trying to flip them off. okay, well, that's not diplomacy or bluff. I'm pretty sure that's... No, I don't want to intimidate them. I just want... It's like... the sounds of me giving myself a concussion. But especially focusing on people who can't seem to learn things. Specifically that they had said they wanted to learn. If a person is just completely uninterested in something and doesn't want to learn blah 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 and they've made that clear, then they're not learning. Like, yeah, of course they're not learning because they're not interested. But if someone says they're interested, or maybe even is interested, I don't know, I can't read their mind, but they can't retain information for 2 seconds? Like, I don't know what kind of specialist they should go to, but they should see a specialist about their short-term memory issues. Like, is that too harsh to say? I know I have memory issues as well, but some people take it to the next level.
I'm sorry, you might need to repeat that. I kind of forgot how that sentence started. Although, realistically, I have been wondering lately if I might actually have some memory issues. Don't know if I want to go into it on full in here, but I've realized recently like there's a number of things that have happened in my life that I don't know if it's so much a memory issue, more it is just I'm perceiving reality weird. Because I can think of a couple of times when I have, in my mind, like, been talking and just kind of, like, somewhat bearing my soul, really, for, like, 20, 30 minutes. Only for the person I've been talking to kind of just stare at me silently with a blank look on their face. And basically... Well, and basically later, you know, say that I had literally sat there being silent myself for the entire time. Just like, did I imagine actually talking? Or...
Did you leave your internal mic off or something? Were you just on mute somehow?
And there have been, you know, of course, instances, you know, in memory that, yeah, in memory. Well, instances of certain events that happened where I definitely am missing memory for parts of them.
Yeah.
I remember back I think it was in grade 5 or whatever. One girl in my class was, for some reason, wanted to show off that she could fit in her school locker. And so me and like her best friend and one other guy in the class who I basically considered my enemy, nemesis, whatever. Yeah, did not get along with him well. For some reason, the three of us were the ones to go and see. And like she went into her locker, like, and locker door closed. And like it closed completely. And then someone actually closed the lock.
Oh gosh.
And the reason I say someone is, I, like, pretty much immediately after, like, you know, obviously with that happened, like, that's an incident, you know, like, principal or teachers, you know, were taking us all aside, you know, finding out what happened. The fact that both of the other two said that it was me, and I could not remember who did it, like, at this point leads me to believe, I think I probably was the one who actually closed the lock, but I was absolutely certain, like, within minutes, that it was not me. And, like, I was, like, yeah, she wasn't, like, stuck. Like, she did give her, like, combination to, like, her friend, and, like,
yeah,
was able to be let out. So, but it's like, I think just kind of, I have a feeling that I just thought, oh, you know, you're in the locker. Okay, well, the proper thing to do here is lock the lock. And then you just kind of immediately went, oh shit, and like, through the trauma of doing what I had just done, just totally blocked it out of my own memory.
Or
And
one of the others did it, and they just lied and said that it was, and just gaslit you.
the fact that both of them said that it, like, apparently independently said that it was me, and I could not identify who, and just said, I don't remember who, I just know it wasn't me.
Go.
Yeah, unfortunately, that kind of...
Well, if you're not
I don't
going to point fingers at someone, well then, someone will just have to point fingers at you.
Basically. Now, I will say, like, we were all, like, spoken to separately about this.
Yeah.
So it's not like... It's not like one person accused me, and then the other one accused me. It was just like... And, like, me also being there saying it wasn't me.
Oh, gosh.
But it's just, like, given the circumstance, like, I am not 100% certain that it was me or anything. But it might have been. And that, on top of a couple other, you know,
Nice.
things that have happened, it's just like, I don't know. I might have some sort of either memory or
Loss.
reality interpretation issues.
Like, I barely remember anything of my
Alright.
childhood. I have, like, a few memories and stuff here and there. Oh god, I'm trying to think, it's like, I don't have, like, consistent memories until my 20s? Some parts of my life are easier to remember than others.
Alright!
And I remember, like, some random events, but it's like, oh, hey,
Yes!
oh, hey, this one school is in, I guess it was grade, and I have to, like, calculate, like, okay, grade 3, I spent half of it in this school, half of it in this other school, so I think this was the latter half of grade 3. I have to, like, piece things together in, like, where does this go? And the whole scale thing's like, hey, I had a friend in that class, we did stuff together. I don't think you did Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that was before I really, like, got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe I was kind of into it. I believe I was watching the show at that point. I don't remember what we did. I remember I had a friend. I don't remember if we ever, like, hung out at each other's houses or anything. All I remember is that we associated a lot. There was one part where I was concerned that a teacher would have thought that I had just punched him in the face. I didn't. It was, like, a fake out, like, you know, something you'd see in, like, acting, whatever. Like, I did... I don't remember why it was, but I, like, made as if to punch him in the face or something, and then I noticed there's a teacher standing, like, right behind him, so, like, from the teacher's angle, it would look like I just hit him. I didn't. It was whatever. And at one day, he found, like, a big old, like, diamond. Potentially a rubber diamond. I never touched it, so I never got to know if it was or was not rubber, but he found the thing and was convinced it was real. It's like, hey, that's cool. I mean, just finding even, like, the rubber diamond, like, the thing was big. It was, like, 2 inches, 3 inches tall. Like, that was a pretty cool find. But it's like, okay, what about, like, what's his name? I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, it sucks when someone does something, like, blame you, and then the teacher's like, well, this student said that you did it, so I'm going to take their word for it that you did it.
Yes!
Like, hey, one of the memories, in middle school, gym class, we were doing, I don't know, something. I think it was, like, just free, you know, here's some gym equipment, play around, whatever. And I don't remember the exact events what happened, so I'm just doing my best to guess. But someone broke something. And then when the teacher's like, oh, hey, who broke this? They said it was me. And the teacher's all like, well, if this one student says it, I guess that could very well be enough evidence. Hey, did you break this thing? It's like,
Delicious!
they're like, no, I wasn't even using the thing. I was using, like, this other equipment. Way over there. Like I was using this equipment way over here. that thing was... like, you just came over here from the other side of the gym to ask me if I broke this thing. I've spent basically all class over here.
Take that!
Like, I'm playing with this jump rope. I don't know what happened to that basketball.
Take that!
It's like, well, this one student said that you broke it, so I'm thinking that you broke this, and they didn't actually break it and are trying to pass it off to try to get out of trouble. And then, you know, teacher's making a scene in the middle of class. Like, 5 other students go up. Yep, no, it's this. Yep, absolutely. Yep, Claire did it. 100%. Yeah, I was totally there. I saw it. Yep. Oh, I can 100% vouch that, yep, Claire did it.
Take that!
So I got in trouble for doing something wrong when I did not do it and was nowhere near it because some random classmates decided to just blame me for whatever it was. I don't even know what it was. I just remember seeing, like, all of them, like, just looking down on me, like, oh, you're in big trouble for doing this thing, and it's like, I didn't do it. I don't even know what it was at this point, but it's like, yeah. But everyone said it was, but, you know, some random people said it was me, so I got in trouble. Or, like, in grade 8, again, like, I don't know, I'm gonna say this is during, like, one of, like, lunch recess, or during lunch or something, because we were in the classroom, but we weren't, like, classroom stuff. So, some of the students that I kind of had an antagonistic relationship towards, you know, we didn't like each other, whatever. Reading some religious book, and one of them apparently had, like, a cherub or something with, like, a bare butt out. And the kid says, like, oh, it's like, this baby's butt looks just like yours, Claire. And, you know, I've reacted to stuff like that a lot. It's like, oh, you can't react to them. You can't, you know, let them know that it offends you or else they're gonna keep doing it. But instead, I just went, oh! It's like, oh, does it? And then I mimed as if I was, like, pulling down my pants to move them. I did not actually pull down my pants, but I mimed as if doing it to, like, you know, show them that what they said did not, like, make me offended or anything. So, of course, they immediately went and told the teacher that I pulled down my pants in the middle of the classroom and moved them. And the teacher was like, yep, that sounds like something that this student would do. This student who is constantly being, like, beaten up by you. Yep, this is absolutely something that the student would do. And then a student who was on the other side of the classroom even vouched for them that I pulled down my pants.
God damn.
And it's like, I understand that, like, you know, the bully would say that I did something to get me in trouble. But, like, this student wasn't one that, like, I thought we were at least, like, neutral to each other. I didn't realize that she also didn't like it. Like, sure, maybe she just saw me, like, miming it. But then even when I said, like, no, I just, like, pretended to. I didn't actually do it, but trying to explain, it's like, no, this student said that you pulled down your pants, so I'm gonna believe them, and you're gonna be in trouble for pulling down your pants in the middle of class. No. More than once, I seriously considered, what if I just start lying about my stuff that my classmates do? Because if I tell the truth about what they do, teachers don't care. They probably don't believe me, and if they do believe me, they literally don't care. Teachers had actually told me that.
Well, the problem is that the advantage that the other ones had is that, you know...
They have, like, 6 people saying one thing.
Yeah, they back each other up, even if it's all a lie.
No, even if the teacher believes me, they don't care. Hey, so-and-so, like, punched me in the face before we walked into class today. Okay, what do you want me to do about it?
Seriously?
There have been times that I had gotten punched in the face and I got in trouble for getting punched.
Yeah, that does sound like the school.
One time before class started, it was during winters, but it wasn't cold enough that they would unlock the doors early. So there's, like, I don't know, 20 of us or 30 of us, etc. basically huddled around the doors wanting to get in. I'm, like, one of the ones, like, closest to the doors. And of course, we leave, like, you know, an area up so the doors can open, because they open out because it's a public building. And while we're all, like, standing around waiting, some people chatting, blah, 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 some kid just walks up to me, starts punching me in the face over and over, like 20 times in a row. Like, I have, like, my arms up trying to protect myself, like, I'm, like, stepping back. This kid just keeps punching me in the face over and over and over again. And again, there are a lot of witnesses here who are watching me get punched in the face. Guy walks away. Some, like, smaller kid walks up to me. He starts punching me in the face as well. So I hold up my arms to protect myself. I'm not punching back. I know if I fight back, I get in a lot of trouble. I am not fighting back. I'm just trying to protect myself from these kids punching me in the face. Again, I was like 13. And the school only went up to grade 8. So it's not like there's, you know, much bigger kid. But then, like, a bigger kid comes up anyway, and he's, like, probably a solid foot taller than me, and he starts punching me in the face. 3 separate kids decide to just take turns punching me in the face. And then, like, we get into class. Blah, 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 I tell teacher about it, you know. And so, I get brought down to the office, as well as 2 of the 3 kids. The first 2. The third one gets off scot-free. Does not go to the office. I told the teachers, like, hey, you know, this kid was also, well, whatever. We determined that wasn't important enough, so he's not going to get in trouble for punching you in the face. The first kid gets an in-school suspension for half the day for punching me in the face, like, 20 to 30 times. The second kid gets off scot-free because apparently while he was punching me in the face, I was able to cut him with my fingernail through his winter jacket, through his shirt, and leave like a little red spot in the middle of his chest that he was able to show off like in the principal's office. Apparently, because I had scratched him one little mark, he gets off scot-free from punching me in the face. And I get an in-school suspension for half the day because of it. For getting punched in the face like 60 times. And like... I don't want... And it's like...
Nice.
Considering all the stuff that happened to me at that school, I am remarkably sane and level-headed for all of the stuff that had happened to me in middle school in general. Villain origin stories have nothing on my middle school experiences. People will complain about, oh, I told this person that I liked them and they said that they didn't like me that same way. Wah. It's like, oh, did they, you know, punch you in the face? Did they get you in trouble? Like, I think the one time at that school that I didn't get in trouble for getting bullied was when, I don't know, 6, students from just 1 grade lower than me decided to surround me and start, like, kicking, like, punching and kicking me. Like, I was down in the fetal position because, like, 6 people were kicking me at once. What am I supposed to do? If I fight back, I get in trouble. I'm not allowed to fight. I can't, like, outrun them. Like, where am I supposed to run to? I can't go inside. Eventually, someone comes up, it's like, hey, you shouldn't do that. Look at this kid. They're in the fetal position. They didn't get in trouble. Teacher didn't, like, you know, help me up and say, like, oh, are you okay? Here, let me, you know, bring you to the nurse. You know, let's call your parents. Like, no. It's like, just, hey, you shouldn't do that. Well, my job is done! I did a good teaching today. 10 out of 10. Teacher of the year. I did my job better than anybody else could have ever expected. The one time it was almost sort of fair was the incident where a bunch of people got in trouble for an incident of perceived bullying. At least then it wasn't only me. Even though 95% of us had nothing to do with the incident, at least I wasn't the only one singled out. They had a hard time of figuring out the logic of how to put me in trouble for the thing 2 other students did when I had just as much in on it as, you know, any other spectator. I told you about that instance. The supposed bullying instance where a kid could have cracked his skull open by being picked up and slowly spun around in a circle, where all of us spectators were supposed to drop everything that we're doing and stop this vile incident from happening within the, I don't know, 2-3 seconds that the event happened, so we all had to eat lunch in the office.
Yes! Yes!
It's like, what? No, I just wanted to get a milk. I'm not here to, you know, bully someone or be a... Whatever, you saw it happen, so you are in trouble because you didn't, you know, rush in and tackle them to the ground to stop. To this day, I still think it would be hilarious if someone could have actually just gone in and just... One of us students just, no! Just tackle them to the ground. Then they get in trouble for, you know, pushing someone into a wall. They could have cracked their skull open. Well, I saw bullying happening and I was going to stop it. Did I mention that that same school had a very loud stance on being anti-bullying, like no tolerance bullying, and by that they mean we will not, we will make sure no student gets bullied here. We will punish anyone who gets bullied, so they decide to stop being bullied. Everyone telling me that, like, oh, in the real world, things are so much harder. Like, dear Lord, like, even my worst job is better than being at that school.
Alright!
Even the jobs that I've had, where I had 8-hour asthma attacks, are better than being at that school.
Alright!
Cleaning the bathrooms at McDonald's is better than being at that school.
Nice! Alright!
So at least as an adult, if you get in like, trouble at work, your boss talks to you like an adult. It's like, oh yeah, blah blah disciplinary meeting, like not performing up to expectations. Blah blah blah. It's like
nice. Alright.
Like, okay. Whereas as a kid it's like, no, I'm in charge and so you have to like fit here for the day, whatever. You have to do extra homework because you didn't do your homework. Gosh, imagine having a job that gives homework. That's... You know there are some that do. And I'm sure, yeah, it sucks.
Alright!
Imagine going to work and being afraid because some of your employees tried to kill you and they just got away with it. If someone at a workplace decided to punch a coworker in the face even once, that wouldn't just be swept under the rug. Like, you wouldn't... If someone on the street decides to start beating people up, the police aren't necessarily going to just arrest the people who get beat up. Like, supposedly they're going to arrest the people assaulting people. And, oh, well, see, that happened yesterday. That's, like, ancient history. Like, no, they're still gonna find the person who did it and potentially, like, punish them for it. Like, what is it with schools that they decide to operate on GTA logic? Well, you see, the thing happened, but now it's, like, outside. Like, that happened, but that was, like, 5 minutes ago, so it basically didn't happen. When will the schools stop operating on GTA logic and actually function? Bleh.
Alright!
So this wasn't supposed to be like a ranting, complaining style video. Turns out I'm just always down for a good complaint. I wonder how hard it would be to get tested to see if I have, like, PTSD from that place.
Pat, pat, pat.
What are the signs that someone has PTSD?
I mean, it's one of those things that can differ from person to person, but I'm no psychologist. I'm not qualified to. I suppose I can look up symptoms online. But more immediately, I need to use the bathroom.
Pardon? My earbud made noises. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you said after online.
Oh. Man, I don't even remember. All I know is I have to go to the bathroom.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be ending this episode of Runes. I did not do much of anything. Such is my life. Pardon, what?
Time to
Isn't
eat.
that most episodes of Runes?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't tend to do things. That's just my life. I don't do stuff as much as I should. I should do things. I don't do things. Oh well. So be it. Life goes on, or maybe it doesn't.